Magnum fans, Anthony Douglas here with Jack Lubash. Jack, we are just a few days from Magnum Gets Its Wings. What a show we saw.
You know, I know a lot of broadcast journalists out there say after every show that it was an amazing show, but I'm not lying. That was the most amazing show, not only in Magnum history, but I think of all indie wrestling history.
I might even say that's on par with WWE.
I would say that too. I cannot believe that everything that happened, and we have to start off with the ending of the show. Former WWE superstar, former ECW TNA superstar, Stevie Richards steals the Magnum Pro Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, he stole that title, and he said, Devin Thomas, come get it. He issued the challenge. I got an interview with him. I can tell you right away. It was very intimidating. He was on fire. He was shooting from the hip, and he said, anytime, any place, come get the belt.
Oh, that definitely was a challenge to Devin Thomas, but it also sent out a challenge out to Drew Galloway, who was cost the Magnum Pro title because of Stevie Richards, but then we all know what ensued after that, a triple threat match between Drew, Stevie Richards, and Devin Thomas for Drew's Evolve title.
Yeah, he put his title on the line, and he successfully defended it. But Stevie delivered a Stevie kick, laying him out.
Well, Stevie definitely made two enemies, I know, that night in Devin and Drew. But I don't understand what's going to happen next. I mean, where did Stevie go with the belts? Nobody knows. By the time you got done with your interview with him, he was nowhere to be found. He was gone. Belt, everything gone.
Yeah, he said he'd rather be on the offense than the defense. So right now he's got to be on the defense, though. It's not looking good for Stevie, but he's not here. We don't know where he's at. The Magnum title's missing, and
I don't know what's next. I don't know what to report. We've been trying the past couple days since the event to get more on where Stevie went, where the whereabouts of the title is, but we cannot contact Stevie.
Yeah, we have to talk about the homegrown stars. We need to talk about what happened with Mikey Danger in the country.
You know, we're supposed to be biased here, but what the country did to Mikey Danger after the six-man tag, that was uncalled for. They zip-tied both Bo and Duke, Guns and Beer, to the ropes, and then Jaden brought out a kendo stick, and, well, the country unleashed on Mikey Danger.
Yeah, I can't believe at one time I wanted to call these guys friends. I mean, there's a code in wrestling, and maybe you know this, maybe you don't, but you're supposed to take care of the other guy. You're supposed to take care of the ones in the ring, and they didn't do that. They hit him with the kendo too many times. I saw Hype Gotti. He hit him more than once, and it's just despicable.
Yeah, it's sickening, and I'm glad you're finally on the same page as I am with the country. They're bullies. They're cowards, in my opinion. And Mikey Danger's back. If you didn't see it, it was a gruesome sight when it was all said and done.
Yeah. It's like they're so cool. They come out, they do the dance, and they have the theme song. It's fun. I thought, you know what? They're cool guys. I want to be friends with them, but, you know, maybe not. Maybe they're not the best people. I mean, Mikey Danger, he went straight to the hospital, so we don't know what the condition is. I mean, he got checked out. He's back at home, but we'll see if we can get a word with him coming up.
I will say this. I mean, I'm a good friend of Mikey Danger, as you are too, and I know that he's not going to take this lying down.
No.
He will react to what happened, and when he does, I mean, you saw even Joey Anderson, enough was enough for him. He came out and made the save and helped Mikey Danger. So, you know, the country, they're making enemies. If that was their plan all along, they're doing a great job. But I don't know. I haven't heard from Mikey myself, so I don't know how he's doing. But I do know that he will eventually get his hands on the country. And when he does, I will enjoy what he does to them.
Yeah, speaking of Joey, we do have to talk about Sean Nautilus and Miss Natural Heather Patera. That was the most despicable thing I've ever seen.
You know, Sean has been gone for a few months on vacation that Christopher sent him off to, but he comes back and he picks a fight with a woman. I mean, Heather Patera was really excited to be here in Magnum, and then to have Sean come out and for Christopher to point out all the details of the contract and then pretty much bully her around was despicable. But in the end, I think Joey and Heather got the last laugh.
Yeah, it definitely was the last laugh, but the restraining order. Joey broke the restraining order again.
He did, and he's probably going to spend some time in jail.
It just depends if Sean decides to press charges or not. I know that restraining order is still active. From what I know, I haven't looked into the restraining order too much, read the fine print, but Sean says it's active, and I believe that the restraining order is active.
Well, I think that Joey is getting to the point now where he doesn't care about that restraining order. All he cares about is, quote, killing Sean Nautilus, his former tag team partner. So what happens next month or in November when we come to you next, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting thing. I do also talk about Trevor Murdoch. We can't forget him.
Oh, yeah, Trevor came out and not so much to the delight of the fans, pretty much was
right.
calling them names and stuff like that. But, somebody came out and stood up for the fans, and that man was, of course, Red Wing.
Yeah, Red Wing, a fan favorite in Magnum, stood up to former WWE Tag Team Champion Trevor Murdoch.
Not only stood up to him, but beat Trevor Murdoch. So that, to me, I think Red Wing sent a huge message out to Magnum management that, maybe he's ready for the big picture.
Yeah, and Red Wing, he went through Michael Monsoon, and let's talk a little bit about Michael Monsoon and the action that went down. Kicking out Javier Cito.
I hate to say, but I almost saw this one coming. I mean, ever since J.C. Slater has been involved with Yokozuna, that there's been tension between Javier Cito and J.C. and Michael Monsoon made his choice, and even Javier Cito's twin sister Shelly smacking her own brother in the face after the match, turning on her brother, kicking him out of Yokozuna. Like I said, I saw it coming, but I didn't think Shelly had it in her to do that to her own flesh and blood.
Yeah, I think that from what I'm gaining is that Javier Cito was the weak link, and they're trying to become more serious. So this could be something that we could see. Maybe Michael Monsoon wants to get in that world title picture. I don't know, but he's getting a little more serious, maybe a little more darker. We'll see where it goes.
He's like getting a little bit more in shape too. I mean, he's becoming a beast.
Yeah, when they first got Javier Cito, it was all fun and games, but now things are getting serious.
And, the one thing I do want to mention too, I mean, we mentioned Stevie Richards earlier, but we can't forget his match that he had to begin with Jason Strife, which if you heard about it, Stevie threw out the challenge to make it an ECW rules match.
Oh my God, that match! I was going to say stole the show, but every match stole the show. We had an ECW rules match with Stevie beating Jason Strife, and he said, I broke a man. He broke Jason Strife with a submission.
He did, and I mean, that match went everywhere, all throughout the convention center. It was definitely an ECW match, but yeah, to make Jason Strife tap, that was huge. And again, we go back to Jason Strife on his losing streak, and he came that close to winning a big match again, but he just couldn't do it.
He just can't do it. But Stevie Richards made the biggest statement. Everybody at the beginning of the show was talking about Drew Galloway, but Stevie won by submission, ended the show with the Stevie kick, and stole the Magnum Pro Championship. Stevie Richards is all over the internet right now.
He is. He's red hot, and like I said, we don't know when we'll see him again, if we'll ever see him again. What happens to the Magnum Pro Championship belt? I don't know. Maybe we'll have answers at our next show, which comes to us on November 15th.
Yeah, the Battle Royale Cup is back. We've seen it before, the Battle Royale Cup, but this year is a little bit different. We're going to crown the first ever Magnum Pro Tag Team Champions. That's right, we're going to have a tag team tournament, and the finals is a tag team TLC match in the brand new home Sokol Auditorium. This is huge.
This is huge for Magnum to be at Sokol, making that their new home. I mean, you thought this place was nice. I mean, wait till we get to Sokol.
Yeah, the new home for 2015. It is huge. Things are looking up for Magnum. Make sure you go to magnum-pro.com. We're going to be announcing who the teams are going to be. We're going to be having videos of it. Also, video on demand from the show is going to be up soon. And I think we have some highlights we're going to throw it to.
Oh, yeah. We're going to show you some highlights from the show this past Saturday. But again, fans, to keep up on everything Magnum Pro, go to magnum-pro.com.
For Jack Lubash, Anthony Douglas, let's take a look at some highlights.
Magnum Bros! Magnum Bros! Magnum Bros! Magnum Bros! Magnum Bros!
Is everybody here ready to see the best lineup in professional wrestling that has been in this town in decades? Are you ready? The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the Magnum Pro Championship!
Now there's nowhere to go. Stop trying to hold on. You're a memory.
me the title, but these people deserve something better than that to finish this show. This is my Evolve Championship for the three of us to have a triple threat match right now.